Hello everyone, welcome to KGS IAS English. This side Manish. As you know, we have started a new fresh series on mapping named as Daily Map Drill. In Daily Map Drill, within 15 minutes, we will try to find out a particular location which have some national and international importance that will be very crucial for our UPSC exams. Secondly, we will discuss all the aspects of those particular place which are in news. You already know we have started this series yesterday from the topic named as New Zealand. In today's session, we will discuss about Australia. Now, the question is why we are talking about Australia? Because recently, Indian Prime Minister had visited Australia and participated in the third India-Australia Annual Summit in Melbourne. But where is Melbourne? So Melbourne is an important city of Australia and it is considered as the second largest city of Australia after Sydney. This Melbourne is situated in Victoria State. Australia have different territories like India have UP, MP, Rajasthan, Nagaland. In the same way, Australia have different states like Western Australia, Northern Territory, South Australia, Queensland, Victoria, New South Wales and Tasmania. Out of these, Victoria is very important where Melbourne is situated and where this meeting has held. Now we will go deep down about the mapping of Australia. First, we discuss about the context. As you know, this was related with the third India-Australia Annual Summit. The Prime Minister of India, Narendra Modi, and Australian Prime Minister Anthony Albanese convened the third India-Australia Annual Summit that was held in Melbourne, which is a famous city of Australia where maximum people are living are Indians. And you got amazed to know that the maximum population which is living in Australia in any of the state or complete Australia have Indian population highest. We had surpassed the England because earlier England have the strict policy for the migration, but right now Indians are the maximum diaspora which is present in Australia. So our Prime Minister had convened a meeting in front of the diaspora, which is also a crucial thing. Apart from it, there are 3C and 4Ds which we are focusing with Australia. What are these 3C? These 3Cs are curry, Commonwealth, and your most favorite cricket. So these are the important pillars between these two countries, curry, Commonwealth, and cricket. Now we are moving towards the 4D. These are considered 3C. Now we are moving towards 4D. These 4D is democracy, defense, diaspora, Indian diaspora, and fourth one is friendship, that is dosti. So now we are focusing on 4D. Earlier we are focusing on 3C, and the maximum population of Australia is Indians right now. We had surpassed Britain. Now we deep down the map of Australia. We will discuss each and every aspect of Australia. So let's find out where is Australia. So when you are talking about Australia, with respect to India, it is present in the southeast part. When you go from the Asia or India on the southeast segment, when you move toward the southeast segment, you will find Australia. But when you see from Australia, India or Asia is on the northern west front. It is present on the northern western front. As you know, Australia is considered as the seventh continent with respect to area, because in the earlier segment I had discussed already, Asia have the largest area, followed by Africa, then North America is on the third position, South America on the fourth position, on the fifth position Antarctica is there, and in the Europe is on the sixth position, and on the seventh position Australia is there. Apart from that, Australia is the sixth largest country in the world. On the first position Russia, on second position Canada is there, in the third position we have China, on the fourth we have USA, on fifth Brazil, on sixth Australia, or on the seventh our favorite India is there. From here, you can find out that seventh largest country of the world is India and sixth largest country is Australia. So Australia have different states. We will discuss about those states also. But right now we are discussing about Australia. So Australia is a unique sovereign entity recognized simultaneously as the world's smallest continent. We had already discussed that. And the sixth largest country by total land area after Russia, Canada, China, USA, Brazil, and on the sixth position, Australia is there. Second thing, often referred as the island continent. It is considered as island continent or the land down under because it is surrounded by ocean and sea from all over. Uh, Means whatever the front you are seeing on the north front, in the south front, east front, and west front, all are surrounded by water. So it is completely surrounded by oceans and occupied its own major tectonic plates in southern hemisphere. It is found in the southern hemisphere. So when we talk with respect to India, if India have summer season, Australia have winter season. If Australia have winter season, we have summer season. So those kind of things usually happens, and these kind of questions usually appear in the examination. Now moving forward, Australia is present in the southern Pacific Ocean. South Pacific Ocean is on the eastern side. This is eastern Australia. This is northern part. This is southern part. This is western part. On western part, Indian Ocean is there. In the southern part, Indian Ocean is there. Some part of Southern Ocean is also present. And in the eastern front, South Pacific Ocean is there. Here, a sea named as Tasman Sea, which is nearby the New Zealand. Here, a Tasmania, a seventh territory of Australia is present. Australia have seven territories named as Western Australia, Northern Territory, South Australia, Queensland, and New South Wales. When we talk about these places, the capital of these states are, when we talk about Western Australia, its capital is famous city Perth. Northern Territory have capital Darwin. Southern Australia have capital Adelaide. New South Wales have Sydney. Melbourne is the capital of Victoria. Queensland capital is Brisbane, and Tasmania capital is Hobart. So these are the capital city of major territories of Australia. There are seven territories. First one is Western Australia. Second one is Northern Territory. Third is South Australia. Fourth is Queensland. Fifth one is New South Wales. Sixth is Victoria, and seventh one is Tasmania. And the capital of Western Australia is Perth. Northern Territory Darwin. South Australia Adelaide. Queensland Brisbane. New South Wales Sydney, and Victoria have the capital Melbourne, and Tasmania capital is Hobart. So these are the seven major places and the capital cities of Australia. But when we talk about the complete Australia, the capital of Australia continent or Australia country is Canberra. A territory named as ACT, which is inside the New South Wales, considered as Australian Capital Territory. Australian Capital Territory, and its capital is Canberra. The most famous city is Sydney, then Melbourne, and the capital is Canberra. Apart from it, some major port cities are present like Cairns, Townsville. Here, Albany is the famous city. Here, Tropic of Capricorn passes through it near a place named as Alice Spring. But when you see the Australia depthly, you will find a straight line. There are so many straight lines present in Australia. Why it is so? Why they are demarcated this kind of boundary? Because the major portion of the Australia, we can divide the Australia into three major parts. First is Western Plateau, second is Central Lowlands, and in the eastern part there are highlands. When we consider the Western Plateau region, it have the maximum desert portion. It have more than 4 to 5 desert which are present here. First one is Great Sandy Desert, Gimson Desert, Great Victoria Desert, Tanami Desert, Simpson Desert, Stuart Stony Desert. These are the six major desert of Australia. That's why this area don't have that much land dispute. So that's why they have demarcated their boundary into a straight line. So when we go through the desert of Australia, desert is any place where annual rainfall is 25 centimeter per year or less than it, then those area is usually converted into desert. So this is a geographic term named as desert, which receives only 25 centimeter rainfall or less than 25 centimeter of rainfall. The major deserts of Australia are Great Sandy Desert. Second famous is Gibson Desert. Third is Great Victoria Desert. These three deserts are mainly found in Western Australia, having some adjacent boundary with Northern Territory and South Australia. Apart from it, Tanami Desert is mainly in the Northern Territory. The fourth important is Tanami Desert. Fifth is Simpson Desert. Sixth is Stuart Stony Desert. So kindly keep this thing in mind. These are the major six deserts of Australia, out of which the major area land covered by the Great Victorian Desert, which is mainly found in the southern Australia and the Western Territory. Great Sandy Desert, Gibson Desert, Tanami Desert, Simpson Desert, and Stuart Stony Desert are the major deserts of the Australia. And desert is a place which receives less than 25 centimeter rainfall within a year is considered as desert. Now moving forward, we have I had already tell you we can divide the Australia into three major parts. First one is Western Plateau. The two-third part of Australia is made up of Western Plateau. In between, this plain is considered as Central Lowland, and when you move toward the eastern part, we have Eastern Highland. This is the part of Great Dividing Range. So let's start with the Western Plateau, then move towards the Central Lowland, and third one is the Eastern Highland. So we can divide the Australia within the geographic parameters. Now we are talking about the Australian physiography. So first major region is Western Plateau. The second major region is Central Lowland, and third one is Eastern Highland. So we can easily divide Australia into three major parts on their physiography. First is Western Plateau, which have majorly desert region, and it is considered as two-third part of Australia. Central lowlands have so many rivers, lakes, which is famous for agriculture, ship rearing, pisciculture and all. And Eastern Highland is considered of mountain, and Great Dividing Range is the part of this thing. Now we move towards these things in detail. Start with the Western Plateau. So Western Plateau is the major portion of this Australia, which is considered as outback, covers two-third part of Australia and consists of ancient mineral-rich rocks, vast deserts, and iconic landforms like Uluru. So there are different kind of things which are found in the Western Plateau. The major minerals of Australia like uranium, gold, nickel, all copper, all these things are mainly present in Western Plateau region. Uluru kind of landforms is also present here. There are so many deserts which I had already discussed with you, like Gibson Desert, Simpson Desert, Great Sandy Desert, Stony Desert, Stuart Stony Desert, like Great Victoria Desert. So all these places are situated in Western Plateau. Moving forward, there is a famous lake and the largest lake of Australia named as Lake Eyre. Lake Eyre is considered as the largest lake of Australia, which is present in South Australia, whose capital is Adelaide. So this is the place, Lake Eyre, where so many rivers are present here, and it is situated in South Australia, adjacent to Northern Territory, Queensland and New South Wales, and here it is Victoria part. So the Central Lowlands and the Great Artesian Basin. So this particular part is known as Great Artesian Basin, which have the lowlands, which is favorable for agriculture, secondly for ship rearing, thirdly the Lake Eyre is also present here. So this is low-lying region contains the Great Artesian Basin, Lake Eyre Basin and the fertile Murray-Darling Basin. The famous river of Australia is Murray-Darling Basin, which provides the major agricultural lands to this region, and the major diaspora, Indian diaspora, as well as whatever the population living in Australia, they usually live in 3 to 4 states. The population density of Australia is maximum in Queensland, New South Wales, Victoria and the South Australia, where the Murray-Darling Basin usually flow. So Murray-Darling Basin is associated in this particular region which is a part of here. It is a Brisbane, capital of Queensland. The Darling Basin usually come from here. Here, Murray Basin is coming, and they are the major rivers of Australia. Like we have Ganga Yamuna system. Here, Murray Darling is considered the largest river system of Australia, where the whole agriculture and the population density is dependent. Like Sydney is the largest city of Australia. Melbourne, you already know. So why these places groom this much? Due to the population density. Secondly, due to the presence of these basins, Darling basins and Murray basins, which is considered the maximum part of Australia. Now moving forward toward the eastern part, we have Great Dividing Range. These Great Dividing Range is the major portions of Australia on the eastern front, which provide rain shadow area, and the Mount Cosico is the highest peak of this particular region. A 3,700-kilometer mountain chain that creates a rain shadow supports major rivers and includes Mount Cosico, Australia's highest peak, whose height is 2,228 meters, and this is considered as the highest peak of Australia. Now moving forward, this is Mount Cosico, the Great Barrier Reef. These are the coral systems, which is considered the largest coral system of Australia coastal. Means it is found in this particular region, the Great Barrier Reef, and there have the living coral creatures, largest coral creatures of the world. That's why this place is also known as Coral Sea. Here, Gulf of Carpentria is there, and in between, Cape York Peninsula is present. So when you go through this peninsula part, we have three sea. On this side, Carpentria, Gulf of Carpentria is present. In between, Cape York Peninsula is present. And this sea is Coral Sea. Coral Sea, then Cape York Peninsula, and then Gulf of Carpentria, which is present in the north and eastern front of Australia. And when you move towards the coastal plain of eastern or northeastern part, there is Great Barrier Reef. So stretching over 2,300 kilometers of Queensland, it is the world largest coral reef system and the biggest living structure on earth. So this is considered as the biggest living structure on the earth and the world largest coral reef system, which is on the northeast front of Australia, where Coral Sea is present, adjacent to Cape York Peninsula, which is adjacent to Gulf of Carpentria. Now moving forward, this is the Great Barrier Reef, which is considered as a UNESCO World Heritage Site and the largest coral system of the world, which is a famous place for the coral, and the complete ecosystem have shallow water, and the temperature is also driven. Sometimes when the temperature changes, it creates a mass killing of those corals. Moving forward, now we talk about straits. Two famous straits of Australia is Bass Strait, and second one is Torres Strait. What is a strait? The strait is a place which is a junction of two water bodies. It joins two water bodies and separates two landmass. Those landmass are, when you talk about Australia and Tasmania, which strait usually separates the Australia with Tasmania, that is Bass Strait, or you can also say that the Victoria is separated by Tasmania by a strait, a water body named as Bass Strait, and it connects the Indian Ocean with the Tasman Sea. So it connects the Tasman Sea with Indian Ocean, and it separates the Australia with Tasmania or Victoria with the Tasmania. Moving forward, the second one, Torres Strait. Torres Strait divides the Papua New Guinea with Australia. So it separates the Papua New Guinea with Australia and connects the Arafura Sea with Coral Sea. Arafura Sea with Coral Sea, and here Cape York Peninsula, which we already discussed here. So first one is Cape York Peninsula, here Coral Sea, and in between Cape York Peninsula is there. So you can easily find out that this is Arafura Sea, this is Coral Sea, this is Cape York Peninsula, and in between this is Gulf of Carpentria. So this is Gulf of Carpentria, this is Arafura Sea, this is Coral Reef, and this is a strait named as Torres Strait. So these are the famous straits of Australia, Torres and Bass Strait. As we already discussed for the New Zealand, two famous straits, Fovic Strait and Cook Strait. Here we are talking about Bass Strait, and second one is Torres Strait. So keep this thing in mind. You have a practice question for this particular session. This is the question. Consider the following statement with regard to Australia. The Coral Sea separates the Great Barrier Reef from South Pacific. The Great Dividing Range extends from Melbourne to Perth in Australia. Which one of the statements given are correct? One only, two only, both one and two, neither one, neither nor two. So this is all about the Australia. Hope you like this session. If you are finding this interesting and useful for your exam, please let me know in the comment section, and please do much as share this session to every aspirant which is finding these kind of gems. So hope we will meet in the next session soon, and best of luck for your preparation. Thank you so much for watching this and have a great day.